Okay, get your thinking caps on because I have a riddle for you. Often when an actor goes to an audition, they have a fundamental misunderstanding about who the most important person is at the audition. So your show business logic puzzle for today is you walk into the room to do your monologue or your sides, and behind the table sits the director, the producer, and the casting director. Now, here's the question. Who is the most important person in the room as it relates to the long-term success of your career? Now, to answer that question, we're going to need to look at each of the four people in the room in turn and discuss how they relate to the success of an actor's career over time. Okay? So, let's go meet the usual suspects. Okay, so let's start off with the actor. Check out the goofy-looking redhead. Now, strictly speaking, your 5 to 10 minutes in the audition room is all about you. It's your time. It's your chance to shine and show the auditors what you've done with the monologue or the sides, the spin you've put on the character and all that. And yes, they need to hire actors to fill the parts for their project. They need to find somebody just like you, right? But unfortunately, you're not the one doing the hiring. And not only that, one job does not a career make. A career is a succession of projects and jobs over time. So, as it relates to the question, unfortunately, you, the actor, are not the most important person in the room. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Sean, it's so obvious. It's the director. The director is the most important person in the room. Well, no. Yeah, the director is going to be picking this cast for this project, and you've wanted to work with this particular director for a long time, and you know that if you get this job, you're going to really work hard so you'll impress them, and hopefully they'll remember you when they're putting together their casts for other projects down the line. That makes them pretty darn important for your career. But as it relates to the question, unfortunately, they're not the most important person in the room. So what about the producer? Could the producer be the most important person in the room? Well, you know, it's true they are putting up all the money for the project, and if you're thinking in terms of money and power and politics, and the fact that a good producer will go on over time to produce multiple projects, then yeah, they're a very important person in that room. But as it relates to our question, who's the most important person in the room as it relates to the long-term success of your career? Well, the producer falls a little short. So, who are we left with? That's right, the casting director. The casting director is the most important person in the room as it relates to the long-term success of your career. Now, some of you might be thinking, the casting director? They don't get to hire anybody. They just make sure the audition runs smoothly, right? Yeah, right. That's one of the things they do. You see, 4 things are going to happen the day after they make their final casting decisions for that project. Okay? The first thing is you, the actor, are going to be looking for another audition to go to because you didn't get that part. They wanted someone taller or younger or with redder hair. The director is going to take the actors they've chosen, mold them into an ensemble, hopefully, and work with the different departments to create the vision for the project that they have. The producer is going to make sure the different departments have all the resources they need, are functioning smoothly, and working on time. And the casting director? Well, they're going to be casting a new project. The 5 to 10 minutes that you're in that room with them are your chance to impress the casting director with your talent, show them what type you are as it relates to the industry, and over time show them that you're tenacious about being taken seriously as an actor. And if you can do that, they're going to start to remember you. And they'll bring you in more often, again and again and again, for the different projects they're casting. And hopefully over time, they're going to form a positive opinion about you. And if you're really lucky, they'll even act as a lobbyist for you during the casting session itself, especially if the director and producer are unsure about who to pick for a particular role. At that moment, the casting director might step in and say, oh, no, you need to hire so-and-so. She's a really good actress. I've seen her stuff. I've worked with her for several years. She will not disappoint you. Now, of course, you can't buy that goodwill and that good opinion of you. You have to earn it. Oh, and by the way, that's a real casting director. Her name is Kimberly Skirm, and you can find her on the web at KimberlySkyrmCasting.com, or on Facebook as well. Her last name, by the way, is spelled Skyrme. Go check her out. Now, of course, the real question, too, is how do you remind them that you're still out there if they only call you in every so often? Well, that's a riddle to solve for another day.